Hello, friends, and welcome back to your favorite chat show with your best ghoul friends. It's Ghouls Night In, and I don't remember how I introduced this podcast because it's just
This
too
is our
exciting.
it's our first one ever.
Our very first time. Thank you for joining us. Just ignore those other zeros. This is podcast number one. Oh, you can sing it in your head. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I didn't take my cough medicine so I could be awake for this.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Jenny.
Jenny.
Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us live for our 100th episode. Midge and I were just saying before we went live, while we were in the little pre-prep room, that it's just so crazy to think that we are already / finally at 100 episodes. It's like it's a little bit of both. I feel like I've told you about so many wild and crazy things, and you've told me about so many things, but there's so many left to tell, so many left in the world.
We've got nothing but stories and time.
It's true. It's true. So we are gonna start off today. So today we have 100 prompts provided to us by friend of the pod, Caitlin, who came up with some fun topics for us to chat about. So we will be asking you guys to help us pick what we're going to be talking about. But I also wanted to just share a few of the viewer messages that we got. We asked for some info on when the podcast has come in useful in your life, anytime that has happened. So let me just look at a few of these. We've got one from Mary Darling, XOXO, who said, I laughed so hard when Midge recently had a callback to the spiked salads from the 24-hour Seance Fast episode. It always feels like I'm just chatting with friends, but when we have inside jokes together, it makes it that much more fun. Very much appreciated. Our good friend Shrieks and Eeks shouted out the trivia episode, but then says that she thinks back to our bat episode every time she hears the word bat and thinks about us saying bat facts all of the time. Bat facts. And also that one of her favorite things is when she sees the title of an episode and is waiting to see what's going to come. And sometimes she knows from the beginning, wow, I'm in for a ride, such as Floor Parties and Puppet Sluts, The Fresno Haunted Trousers, But Who Was Phone, and Horny Gay Gender Fuckery Ensues. All
Also,
classic.
I know we've talked about this, I'm pretty sure, at least on a live, maybe on the pod,
Yeah.
but Penny picks all the episode titles, so I also don't know what the episodes are gonna be called when I go in. So on Tuesday, it's like a fun game for me to open the podcatcher and see what Penny has done.
It's always an adventure. Always an adventure. Kelp Noodles said there are so many favorite quotes and things. I love the sexy jeweled skeletons and Mumia. The monster magazines. I wish someone would make new ones. I think I referenced the bog bodies and bog butter situation the most. Probably not in the best situations, but if someone mentions body butter, I must educate people. Love that. Extremely good.
Oh god, not body butter.
Body butter, some
Brings a
sweet bog butter
whole
people.
new meaning, yeah.
Straw Baby Pup shouted out, do not perceive my corpse. Rad Rachel said Penny's talking about Catholics loving relics and bejeweled skeletons for sure. I think about it every time I see one in the wild now. I assume she means a Catholic and not a skeleton. And I
Well,
told the kid I nanny about people eating mummy powder. Of course, it was a hit.
I was gonna say, we did talk about how this year why do I keep on focusing? I can't even be don't
No,
perceive my corpse.
don't perceive her corpse. Don't do it.
But I, we talked about the home goods bejeweled
Yes.
skeletons, so maybe when she sees those in the wild, it's
Oh, that makes sense. I was like, how
no.
do you know that you've seen a Catholic? I guess they do have some outward signs occasionally.
They're all wearing, like, full priest collars and, like, the cloth.
Yes. Morning Zoo just said, I find your podcast so cozy. No matter which episode I put on, I feel so at ease, like I'm with friends. The Witch of Pumpkin Lane says she spews facts all the time that she learned from our podcast. I am Major League says she's always telling people about bats pollinating agave and how there is not a car factory that makes hearses. Those things stuck with her. Um, I'll share some of these later on, but my one of my favorites, and I think one of everyone's favorites, that we actually have something a little special for today. The
Yeah.
Nostalgia Crypt told us those crazy Victorians will forever live rent free in my head. And we wholeheartedly agree, which is why we made some new merch for you guys.
Ooh,
Ooh, special reveal. I think Midge has it in studio
I
with
do.
her. Let's see it.
All right. So this is what I think the live is playing on my phone. I'm so sorry if my mic picked that up. Okay. So here is our new merch. And it says those crazy
Those crazy Victorians
Victorians.
with so many icons of wild Victorian nonsense.
Yes. And we've got let's see. I'm trying to find a way to hold this where like I'm not it's not working. But anyway, where I can see it still.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll find like eggshells and planchettes and hair art and Paris green and mummies and all kinds of things that we've talked about on the podcast. And this is going to be available. It's available now on midgemunster.com/shop. And we've got t-shirts, sweatshirts, stickers, and tote bags in that design. It's a larger tote bag than our Ghouls Night In tote bag. It's more of a like beefy boy. So if you're interested in
I dropped
uh,
a link in the chat for everybody.
Penny's got a link in the chat for you. But yeah, so just know if you have our original tote bag, this one is a much larger, like a weekender tote bag type thing. But all the t-shirts and sweatshirts are the same as our first merch drop, so all the sizing should be the same and the quality and everything. Um, but I'm really excited about it. it was
It's
really
so cute.
it was really funny when Penny and I were trying to come up with what the next merch design was going to be. Uh, I knew there was something that I had had in the back of my brain forever, and I could not for the life of me remember what it was. And then Penny was like, "What about those crazy Victorians?" And I was like, "Oh my god, duh!" And I had that like idea for quite a while to do all the symbols. So it's very exciting.
It's delightful. I cannot wait to wear mine.
This is actually Penny's that I have. I ordered both of ours and then I didn't think to send it to your address like a smart person, but
I mean, I love getting personal mail from you, Mitch.
but I did wear it. I wore mine the other day and they're very comfy, very soft, very cute.
So cute. Yes, I love our logo tee, and I am excited to add another wacky one. Oh, we need a Batfax one. That would be good.
Thanks.
That would be very good. I'm a fan of that Wisconsin connection for all of our cryptids and monsters and murderers of Wisconsin. Classic. Love it. But yes.
Which mug is Penny drinking from? Well, let me tell you. This is did I get this for you for our
You did get this
fifth,
for me for our year
fifth? It
anniversary.
was our
Yeah,
year.
our
Okay.
50th/year.
So yeah, that was 50 whole episodes ago, and it's the only Ray Dunn I've hardly ever purchased because it said Ghouls
Yes.
Night In, and or well, I guess it says Ghouls Night Out, but
It's close enough.
yeah, I was like, oh, so I found two of them in the wild, and I bought one for me and one for Penny, and sent her the other one, so we would have cute little matching Ghouls Night mugs.
Yes, I picked this for the aesthetic purpose. I am drinking Mountain Dew out of it.
One thing about Penny, she's gonna have Mountain Dew in a mug.
It's true. Well, should we jump in and get started with some of our prompts and things?
Yeah.
Friends, we have a list of 100 prompts of fun stories and things to talk about, and they are all coded by emoji. So I don't know if we want to just start with a free for all or if we want to give a theme to get started with. What do you think? What are you
Um,
feeling, Midge?
I think it'll be interesting. Just drop your favorite emoji in the chat and we'll see if we've got a prompt that goes along with it.
Yeah, do it. Give
We've
us a
got a
favorite
hundred
emoji.
different emojis, so the
Your
chances are
chances are pretty
high.
good. Pretty good.
And we'll draw somebody out of the crowd here to be our selected. Oh Lord, they coming. Here they come.
Here they come, here they come.
Okay.
Oh boy. Do you want to pick one, Midge? Pick the first one.
Yeah, I already see one I want. Where'd it go? Here, I'm gonna pick the demon emoji. And the prompt for that one is number 52. What do you think? Which, okay, I also need to say I haven't seen these prompts. Like Penny shared them with me, but I didn't. I
I didn't
decided
really I like glanced
I
through to be
scanned.
like, "Oh, I also did not read them."
So these are also kind of surprises to us, which is fun. This one's hilarious. So demon is, what do you think is Satan's last name? I didn't come up with this one. I saw it on the internet and thought it was funny.
It is pretty funny.
I think his name is Satan St. James.
Oh, all right, all right. Um, what would be a good last name for Satan? Probably something like light themed, because he's, Lucifer the light bringer.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
mm, mm.
Uh, Lumiere.
Lumiere, Satan
Lucifer
Lumiere.
Lumiere.
I'm into it. All right, I want to pick something. What should I pick? Um, oh yeah, Morning Star is Lucifer's last name.
Actual, yeah.
Ooh, a clown. I wonder if there's a clown. I feel like there probably would be.
Let's see. There has to be. Yep, it's number 3.
Number 3. What form would Pennywise take in order to most scare you as a kid?
As a kid. Ooh.
Ooh. So this this is a story that I was thoroughly roasted for at my own birthday party. So I'll just tell all of you now so you can also roast me, which is that the intensely specific thing that I was very scared of as a child was I was fixated on the idea that if I stretched my legs all the way to the foot of the bed, that there would be skulls there that would bite my toes. Um, I don't know where this came from or if I saw this in anything or if this just occurred to me one day. So I would always sleep like with my knees tucked up because I was afraid of that. So I think Pennywise would be some toe chomping skulls.
Okay. Okay. I thought you were gonna say like, oh, I thought someone would like cut off my toes or like grab
No,
my feet.
extremely, extremely
So
specific.
specific. As a kid, I probably like, okay, I don't know if this is a form he could take, but I was really scared of like going to the bathroom by myself because I
Mm.
thought someone was hiding in the shower because I saw
Oh,
Psycho
yeah.
like way too young on accident. It was like on Turner Classic Movies or something. So probably like the form of like a knife coming out from behind a shower curtain or
Yeah,
something like that.
that'd be pretty spooky.
Okay, I am selecting Matthew. Put the alien emoji,
Ooh,
and I know that there must be an alien in here
there's got to be
because
an alien.
oh, it's number 2. Mulder and Scully discuss.
Ooh.
So, for those of you who do not know, I am brand new to the X-Files. I somehow never saw it until like 3 weeks ago. What, month
Yeah,
maybe
like a
at
month
tops?
ago.
So my best friend, it's like her favorite show of all time besides Buffy. Those are her 2 like villain origin stories, which also Penny coincidentally I think is pretty similar to you. Um so she showed me an episode of the X-Files and she's like, I'm gonna warn you, it's like really corny. And I was like, I love corny. And one episode in and I was completely
Yes.
hooked. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. So now I'm in season 2. I'm obsessed. And Mulder and Scully discuss as people, discuss as a
I
situationship.
mean, I see Lindsay saying a bisexual dream, which is pretty much my opinion on it.
That's literally, I think I texted you and I was like, why did nobody tell me about this bisexual ass show?
Yes. Oh man. I don't know if you saw, but when we were doing like this or that or smash or pass or something on my Instagram and someone did Mulder and Scully and I was like, okay, I have to give a third option for a threesome. And by far that was the winning option. I was like, all right, I've got some legit followers
Yeah.
who know
Who know
what's up.
what's up? Yeah.
But I love them and their chemistry is so amazing. It's just I love it.
I have a so obviously I'm only in season 2, but I have like an interesting costume theory about
Mm.
this. So I've noticed that when Dana is like in charge of her emotions, like bad bitch o'clock, she's got her bitch bob. But then it seems that in episodes where she starts to question everything because Mulder's theories are like correct and she's realizing it, that they tend to put her hair back and she's more like
Ooh.
vulnerable and she's usually in like a more casual outfit instead of her like pantsuits. And I just love crap like that because I'm a theater
Yes.
kid. So I was like, come
Yes. Oh my
on,
gosh.
costuming. Yes.
Costuming theory, the best. So
Yeah.
good.
Also, Scully
Love
has the
it.
best hair of any
Oh
person
my
ever.
god,
I'm
yes.
obsessed with her.
She is so fabulous. I love
And I
her.
and I would like to smooch David Duchovny's little forehead. He's just a little puppy
Yeah.
dog man, and I love him.
I see a bat. I gotta pick a bat. I don't think that
Bat?
I can highlight things, but if you want
Oh,
to
let me find
highlight
the bat.
one, it was Melissa posted a bat.
Oh, there we are. Oh, well, I found Mandy first. I'm sorry. There's a
Either
bat.
are good. Thank you to everyone who
Thank you to
posted a
everyone.
bat. All right, bat was 44. Ooh, what would you transform into if you were aware something?
Ooh, aware something.
I feel like I would be like a large cat. I
I th-
feel I feel cat vibes in my life.
I think hmm I think I'd be something stupid like a were corgi. I think that's probably pretty accurate. Also, I'm so
I
sorry. I
don't know
don't know
why
what's
you're on this. You were 100% focused the entire time we were talking before we went live, and now it just
I know.
does not want to work for you.
Oh no, there, that's better at least. Midge is blurry. Yes, I sure am, both spiritually and metaphysically. Okay, I'm gonna pick this spider.
Mm.
Is there a spider? I'm sure there is. I don't think there
No
is.
spider.
Can I? There's a cobweb.
Mm,
Maybe I'll just pick that
that
instead.
works.
It's in the same vein. The cobweb says, "Were you afraid of the basement as a kid? What was your childhood basement like?"
Mm.
Um, I'm still afraid of a basement, first of all. I want to be very clear about that. Um, I actually have a funny little anecdote I might share. Um, but basement as a kid wasn't spooky because it was finished.
Hmm.
And that was like where we watched movies. We had like
Okay. Yeah.
recliners and a TV, and it wasn't ooky spooky. It was like a little walkout, so it had a lot of windows. Um, but now my adult house, I have an unfinished basement that is very spooky to me. And I think Penny, we talked about this maybe. So the other night, my best friend moved a bunch of
Hmm.
her furniture into my basement, and I remember like I turned off all the lights, and I remember thinking to myself, like, I am so brave. I am I am so amazing for walking through this dark basement by myself, and I didn't even run up the stairs like something was chasing me. Um, and then later, I woke up at like 3 a.m. and went downstairs to let the dog out, and the lights in the basement were on, and I could see it because we have like a cat door, and it
Oh
was
yeah.
flooding through the clear cat door, and I was like, maybe I should not have been so brave.
Regret. Yeah,
Regret.
we had an unfinished basement when I was growing up, and so it was like a mix. So we had penny for soda
Sorry,
dropped.
I just saw that. I had to put
It's
it out.
true. It's true. So we had like my dad had like a dartboard down there, and then we had like a play kitchen and stuff down there. So like one side was sort of more of like a side where like there was like a little rug down and stuff. And then the other side was where the laundry was. And I was pretty spooked by that basement. I definitely was like, I'm gonna go down by myself and it's totally fine. But like you said, as soon as it was like you had to like go back up the stairs, it was like run as fast as possible, or
Yeah.
like we would like keep like sodas and stuff on the landing on the way down, so you just have to like go to the landing to get something. And I was always like trying like not to look all the way into the basement because I was afraid that I would see something moving in the dark
Yeah.
and be freaked out.
I will say my grandparents' basement was really scary to me because the stairs were, like, open, like, you
Oh
could
yeah.
reach through them, and my grandpa was a trickster, and he would stand under those stairs and go, like, when we would walk down,
No.
and
No.
he could, like, reach through and to pretend to, like, brush our ankles and stuff, and I hated that.
Oh my god, that just reminded me because I was like, "Oh, the basement in my grandparents' house had open stairs too." And my grandpa never did that, but I just remembered that in their basement was like mostly it was concrete, but it was like painted and like sealed concrete, but there was a hole in the wall that just opened into, I guess, a crawl space, just the underside of the house, and I
Okay.
was not into the big
Oh,
hole in the wall. And I was just
no.
like, I do not want this to be here, and I don't want to be anywhere near this.
No, why would you?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
I also put this up because we had a couple people asking who you're just joining. So this
Oh
is Penny
yes.
and I's 100th episode of Ghouls Night In celebration live, and we are picking random emojis from the chat that we have prompts. We have 100 prompts that were prepared by Penny's friend Caitlin, and we're answering those spooky prompts and questions.
Yes, and if you are new to the podcast, we post every week, every Tuesday. Usually, it is on podcatchers of any choice, Apple, Spotify, whatever you like. So you can find us there. And so this episode will be going up on our podcast feed later this week, but you're here to watch it live. So lucky you. What do I want to pick?
Woohoo.
What's. I'm gonna pick a ghost.
Okay. Ghost.
Ghost.
Oh, there he is. He's number 78.
You're so good at this. Are
I
you
got that.
afraid of ghosts? No.
Listen, does Caitlin listen to our podcast?
She does. She's
No,
putting
I know
this
she
in
does.
for drama purposes, I'm
For
sure.
drama. Yes. For those of you who are avid Ghouls Night listeners, we are your resident Scully and Mulder with, and Penny does not believe in the supernatural at all and is not afraid. I believe in a way that is unsettling. And I am very I will say I wouldn't say I'm afraid of ghosts. I don't think I'd like to encounter an angry ghost, but
That's fair.
I think most spirits are pretty peaceful, so I'm not necessarily afraid of them, but I definitely believe in them, and I think that there are ghosts you should be afraid of. I also think while we're here, Penny, since we're talking about ghosts,
Okay.
I think we need to update the people and let them know that Penny texted me the other night and said, I watched 13 Ghosts and I enjoyed you talking about it way more than I enjoyed the movie.
This is true.
So it was not a Silence of the Lambs situation
No, I'm sorry.
where I got to behold one of the best movies I think I had ever seen, and Penny got to behold 13 Ghosts. So
Yeah. I feel like I was excited for things that, as you told me in the episode that these things were not part of the movie, but I still kind of in the back of my mind was like, oh, it's not like a big part of the movie, and it's just like 100% not present
it's not
at all. And I was like, oh, this movie literally is not about that. It
nor.
Yeah, there were it's one of those things where like there were fun concepts and I think it could have been a fun movie, but I also felt like they were like, let's do the same thing a bunch of times instead of exploring literally anything else. Here's a
Yeah.
ghost behind some glass. Ugh. We're all gonna not be wearing our glasses and be like, what's happening after we've already established that if someone's wearing the glasses, they can probably see a terrible ghost coming up behind you. And
I,
also, why does this family that's completely broke have a live-in nanny?
Maggie's just there to help. We don't know. I
Like,
also
what are you doing here, Maggie?
Maggie, get out, girl. I also loved so I rewatched this. Actually, you and I were watching it on the same night because
Yeah.
Bailey was in town. I was watching it with her. And I don't know why I've never noticed before that Tony Shalhoub calls his own son the kid through the
Yes.
entire film. So I made a Tony Shalhoub meme where he's like looking really, intensely in 13 Ghosts, and it says, "Once I find the kid, it's over for you hoes."
Yeah. It was a wild
I
time.
yeah. Thanks for trying. I love you for it.
I tried. I did my best. But also,
Uh,
as we also have discussed, if there's one other thing about me, is that
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
gonna
like
like
it.
it.
I'm not gonna
I'm
like
not
it.
gonna like it.
And I'm very easy to please most of the time. I'm just like, "This is fun. I'm having it." See, this is why I would be a were-corgi. I'm just
Yep.
happy to be
It was
here.
like, yes.
I have selected the vampire,
Ooh.
which is what would be the best part of being a vampire? Um, I guess just like it would be both the best and the worst. I'd say just like having unlimited time
Yeah.
because you could like travel the world, you can like do kind of whatever, but then also at a certain point, I think that would be really boring because you just are here forever and you have no like, eh, you know, no drive because you're just like I want to live forever.
Yeah, I was also gonna say just the time, just because I feel like there's so much that I want to do, and like even from like the most boring thing of like there are so many TV shows I haven't watched that
Right,
I
yeah.
just, oh man, yeah, I'm finally gonna watch The Sopranos or whatever, and
Penny is a vampire. Man, I'm finally gonna watch The Sopranos.
I was like, I'm gonna watch The Sopranos. I'm gonna sew a lot. I'm gonna learn rug hooking thing stuff
I'm
that I'm
I'm
now
gonna
like
learn to hook.
I'm like, I don't have the time to like invest in like a new hobby. But if I was a vampire, I could do that. And I'm just imagining that I would also be an independently wealthy vampire. And I could then just like not work and just chill and do whatever I want to.
Ooh, I see, one. I've been scanning the chat for ones we haven't
Yeah.
done.
Yes.
So,
I'm glad
uh
you're doing that because I'm just sitting here talking.
so this is Eyes, scary movie that everyone has seen that you haven't.
Ooh, so this was a very long list for me like a year ago, and I've made a concerted effort to continue
Yeah.
watching kind of famous scary movies. I still have not seen Halloween.
Oh, like the original
The original, like
1978?
any, I have not seen any of the Michael Myers
Oh,
oeuvre.
none of the franchise at all.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, okay.
So
Yeah.
that's on my scary movie list for this year.
I'm a um one thing about me, I'm gonna talk shit on Rob Zombie's film career. Uh, just skip Rob's version when you get there. It was that ain't it, but the rest of it's pretty good. The original 3 and then the 2018 are my favorites of the
Cool.
franchise.
Yeah.
I let's see. I've never seen any of the Conjuring
Oh,
franchise.
all right.
My general rule of scary movies has been, and I quote, "I don't fucks with demons," unquote, and that's kind of the whole shebang in that film.
That's
Um,
fair.
I will say I think I've gotten over it a little bit. So, I may end up venturing. I've also, like, learned a lot about the Warrens, and it seems like they're kind of like camp. So like, it seems like they don't even really believe it themselves, so I'm kind
Yeah,
of
they're a
like
little sussy.
yeah, I'm kind of into that.
Yeah, I just watched Annabelle, this past weekend, which is, I think, part of that kind of
Yes, it is.
extended concept. It was alright.
It was fine.
I felt like it was trying to be Rosemary's Baby, and it was not.
Nothing is Rosemary's Baby. That movie is the GOAT.
It's so good.
I love that film. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna throw the audience a prompt.
Ooh.
Um, so we have several different heart colors in here in our emoji prompts. So drop your favorite color of heart emoji. Oh, well, this person just put Ariana just put a comment with 3 orange heart emojis. So let's grab that one.
And she's a new fan. Thank you, Ariana.
Yay! Welcome. Penny, if you want to take this one, that's number 49.
Yes, Orange Heart 49 is what is your most treasured Halloween decor? Oh man. So I have an answer that I always give. So now I'm trying to like think if I have a different answer, but it's a classic for a reason. I have a beautiful vintage ornament wreath that is Halloween themed, made by White Christmas Wreaths, with a Joanna Parker kind of theme to it, which I won on
Yes.
Instagram, and I never won anything, so I was extremely excited about it. And it is the thing that I am definitely like the most like baby about. It is like in its box with all of its bubble wrap, and I'm very careful with it.
And that was actually the day that I started hating Penny because we both entered that contest. But I was like, you know what? If someone had to win, that wasn't me. It should be Pennifer.
The
So
secret simmering drama of Ghouls Night In. It's all ghosts and ornament wreaths.
let's see.
Are you going to share your answer, Mitch?
Oh, right. I always say the same thing. My headless horseman. I got him back in like 2017 before it
I
was
have him
cool.
behind me. Can you see him?
Um, oh yeah, you
Yeah,
got him too. Hi,
he's
hello,
back
good
there.
sir. Welcome. And if you watched my new video that came out today with my mantle decor, you can watch me hug him and cry because he's my baby.
He's there. I saw him.
He's there.
I would like to pick Blackheart. I've
Blackheart.
seen several of those in the chat.
That is number 96.
96.
Uh, how would you how would you Halloweenify an existing non-Halloween holiday?
I feel like there are so many good ones already with like Halloween and
Yeah,
things. I feel like I would really love to do some spooky Easter, just because I'm such a pastel fan and I
yeah,
love like pastel things. And you could definitely have, I mean, there's certainly death themes related to the Christian Easter even, so
yeah.
you can pull plenty of spooky vibes from that. So I think that would be what I would want to spook up
I am such a Halloween girly these last few years.
for sure.
I love the place where romance and like death meet. that's a that's a real uh that's my favorite sweet spot, I think. And I love like I mean my Ouija board this year, my Valentine Ouija board was one of my favorite things I've ever made.
It's so cool. It's so beautiful.
Mm.
I love it.
There's also a lot of like vintage Valentines from the 40s and 50s that are spooky for
They
some
are
reason. Yeah.
super spooky. And
Or
I mean we did a whole episode about like love superstitions, and like I love all of the like love predicting kind of fortune
hmm,
telling stuff
the
of the past.
the eggs.
The eggs.
That seems like a great opportunity to once again bring up that we have new merch if you
Yep.
weren't here at the
This
beginning of the
way.
episode.
What?
Oh, and she's holding it the wrong way.
We're doing great, folks.
Thank you, Vanna. Ta-da! Those
Ta-da.
crazy Victorians. If you did not see this at the top of the episode, this is now live on my website, midgemunster.com/shop. You can check it out there. We got sweatshirts, t-shirts, stickers, and tote bags.
Big bags.
Big
Big
bags.
bags. Also, thank you for the Vanna White compliment. I was, in fact, a hand model on my PBS auction when I was in National
Oh,
Honor Society.
look out.
So
That's amazing.
Delicate hands. Oh, and thank you. I've seen a couple of people shout out my choker, and this is by Jenny Machete.
And I actually just selected the purple heart, which is shout out some of your favorite Halloween makers.
Oh
So
my goodness.
take it away, Penny.
Oh yes, Jenny Machete makes amazing faux leather harnesses and accessories, which are wonderful. Big fan of those. I have to shout out Graveyard Wanders, who is dealing with a big box store ripping off their design. Sucks so much, but their work is absolutely stunning and beautiful. I what did I? Oh, Emin Sprout. I've been browsing her site and trying to add a couple new things to my collection. What else do I have? Oh, I did buy these earrings from Omen, which is my local alternative shop. You can also shop them online. And it is actually owned by the wonderful woman who does my hair and gave me these fabulous new locks so I can steal all of Mitch's thunder.
And doing it better, honestly. That's funny. I actually also I purchased these from Black Rose Co., which is like the Kansas
Nice.
City Omen. um, Favorite makers. Oh, so funny that you bring up Graveyard Wanders because I actually ordered their candle for my birthday shoot. That they have a birthday candle that's a so sorry, I have hiccups. Tombstone that says like
Mm,
farewell to my 20s. So I just
nice.
ordered from them not too long ago. Um, let's see. I'm a big fan of Olivia Faust art.
Yes.
I love all of her art, and she does some really fun decor drops throughout the year. She'll make like little goats on brooms and candlesticks, and at Ostara, she makes like Halloween eggs,
So cute.
and she's made like really cool Krampus taxidermy before. She's just really, really cool and makes amazing stuff. Um, Hala Woods, Matt, our
Yes.
friend, is the friend that makes all the like countdown. His calendar, he makes an October to October calendar that goes uh, 12 months that way. And it's one of my favorite things to buy every year. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I just framed some of my new El Gato Gomez art, who, of
Who did
course,
our
did
logo?
our beautiful logo and sells prints as well as original paintings. So, extremely cool. I bought the one that looked like me with the green hair, although now I don't have green hair anymore, but that's all right.
That's should I break the hot news here that so Penny texted me and said that her sweet sweet hairdresser had been like, I was trying really hard to get a shade of red that wasn't super close to Midge so that you guys didn't feel like you looked the same. And Penny sent me like a picture of the color
Mhm.
bowl and was like, "Is this going to be okay if I steal your trademark?" And I was like, "What they don't know is we're about to pull the old Parent Trap switcheroo
Switcheroo.
because Penny just had pink hair and I'm about to go pink on October 19th, and that's the first time I've told anybody. So, it's
Breaking
very
news right here in the Ghouls Night In live stream.
page 666, Midge
Page
Munster goes
666.
pink.
Midge Monster goes pink. Penny apes co-host with new orange dew.
This
Especially when because we had talked about orange, and then when I got there and she was like, "Oh, and I thought we could do like a streak," and I was like, "Oh no, Mitch has orange hair with streaks." Not that you would ever care about that, but
I cried about it privately and now I'm fine.
and now it's fine.
Now seems like a perfect time to select Sparkle Pink Heart, which
My
is
heart of choice.
yes, which the prompt for this is what do you love most about your co-host?
Oh,
I love how my co-host steals my hair colors. No, it's like I have to bring it up right now. Um, oh, I guess I'm going. I love Penny that you always bring the best topics to our podcast and you always are so well researched and you are so funny because you like I think we balance each other so well because you are so funny without like I feel like I'm like but then Penny just has the like driest funniest delivery when she says something funny. It's like my favorite thing in the whole world. She gets me. I have this very specific laugh that I can't do when we're recording. So I have to edit myself because it'll blow out the mic. But when something catches me off guard is very funny, I go like, ha! And
Yes.
anytime Penny and I are hanging out like together in person, she gets me like bust laughing every time.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. I love your enthusiasm. I feel like you
Is
just
that what we're
bring
calling it?
you just bring like an endless amount of excitement for anything that we're talking about, whether it's like something that you prepared, which obviously like, you're always going to be excited about your own topic because you're like this is interesting. But I feel like no matter what I bring, even when I bring very bizarre things, you're always like, hell yeah, I'm buckling up, I'm getting in, let's do this. And you're just such a delight. I love talking to you.
I love you too. We got Penny to be sappy right here on Ghouls Night In. Who knew it was possible?
Who knew?
Blue Heart is also coincidentally something podcast related, which is what do you love most about doing this podcast?
Oh man, I love having an excuse to just deep dive into weird things because
Yeah,
I am gonna spend my time
doing
reading
that anyway.
articles about random weird and like spooky shit no matter what. And now I'm like, but this is for the podcast. Therefore, it is legit because I will be sharing it with Midge and the world. So I really enjoy that. I used to have to wait until, I cornered someone at a happy hour or something to be like, let me tell you about bog bodies.
Gives us a
Uh,
weekly space to info dump.
yes.
No, I was actually talking to my folks on the phone this morning, and I was saying like I grew up thinking I didn't like history because of the way it was taught in
Yeah.
a lot of schools, and I didn't want to memorize war dates,
Hmm.
And I feel like this podcast has reminded me I love history, and it's
Yes.
given me an opportunity to continue learning as an adult, which is so exciting. And I learned something new every time, even if it's a topic I know about. When I get to deep dive, I learn something I didn't know, and you
Yeah,
always bring wild crap in the
I
best
do.
way
I
that
do.
I never probably would have found out about without you. So, I love. Uh, I have to pin. I am a big body, a
A
bog body
bog body
info
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 dumper.
dumper.
Respect. You got to tell the people about the bog bodies.
You gotta let them
How are they
know.
going to know? How else are they going to know? I mean, do we have a green heart? I bet we have a green heart.
I was looking and I didn't see one.
We
I think that
don't
might
have a
be the
green
one we
heart.
don't have.
Caitlin, where's our green heart?
Rude.
Oh, okay. I just scanned through the list and I have to pick this smiling imp because I'm interested. It is
Okay.
what object would someone need to use to summon you?
Ooh, just one object? Is that what it
It said
says?
objects, so whatever you feel.
Ooh, okay. I would say if we're talking like they're sitting on like a pentagram and they're putting
Yes.
items in a circle to summon me, it's gonna be a tube of eyeliner, like a photo of my dog, a an album of some sort, like a Florence and the Machine album or
Nice.
like some kind of artist that I love, and then like a pair of big earrings, and so like something spider related, like a web, some
Yeah,
kind of web thing, probably.
that makes
It's a
sense.
very specific long list of items that you need. I can't make it easy.
No, I mean it wouldn't be you if it was easy to get.
I'm like a cow as white as milk.
Well, what was it? 199 white horses from that Valentine's thing.
uh, a special salad.
Oh my gosh. I what am I gonna have? Well, I mean, okay, we gotta have a bottle of Mountain Dew,
Yeah.
red lipstick,
A Jenny Machete harness.
a Jenny Machete harness, probably just like a weird trivia fact written on like a sheet of paper because I have to collect any kind of strange unknown fact. Oh, Sarah, a well categorized list. Yes. That is what I need. And I mean, I'm gonna something pink to round it out. Like a
I
wedding.
like that.
You don't have the sometimes it's not specific. Sometimes it's just something borrowed, something blue. For me, it's
Something
something pink. Also, I saw our lovely friend Devin ask for the coffin. Have we done coffin yet?
We have not done coffin. Do we have coffin? Oh, yep, there's number 73. If you were to do a Ghouls Night In spin-off podcast, what would it be? Ooh,
Ooh. I mean, I feel like we could definitely do like a media podcast, like a movie or
yeah.
TV review, or even like if we were to ever do, secondary bonus content, we could always I feel like talking about like talking about 13 Ghosts after we've both watched it or things like that, like
Yeah.
revisiting things.
Rewatcher
Yeah,
episodes.
rewatchers would be fun.
I also think I've had a few times where I've just because we both also love vintage,
Yeah,
where I'm like, we could also like there are things I've wanted to bring to the podcast and I've been like, wait, that's not spooky. And I feel like we could definitely do an episode where we just talked about the history of weird vintage stuff
for
too. That would
sure.
be really, really fun.
For sure.
Maybe we need a Patreon. Mm. I saw
Maybe.
somebody posted the Ginger Girl, which is one of ours, I know.
Hey.
Oh, what hair color would you most like to try? Uh, Penny, do you have colors you haven't done?
Ooh, I mean, so a little bit of a spoiler, but I actually had been initially thinking about doing like a deep red when I went in to get my hair done because I have not done like a pure red, like a Crayola red.
I was gonna say
So
like fire engine red, not
yeah,
burgundy.
but like a crimson, like a vampy red.
Ooh, love that.
So that's what I think I'm probably gonna move to once I am through my orange era. It was just too perfect to be like, oh, I'm about to like do a major color, a warm based color change, and it's right before spooky season. I was like, all right, I gotta go orange. I've never been blue. I mean, obviously like my green has kind of like faded to like a tealish, but I feel like blue could be fun. I've always really loved like gray and silver hair, but I know it's such a pain to
And I
upkeep it and I would not want to do that. But
and I
if
feel
I
like
could
it
just
would wash me
magically
out.
do it.
It would wash me out so bad. I
Yeah.
know it would. I've always wanted to go pink, and I'm going pink.
Yay.
So that's all she wrote. I've also always wanted like a jade kind of like bluish green,
Oh yeah.
like a tealy color, I think would be cool. But blue's really hard to pull off.
Mhm.
I also, while we're here, Ariana asked Midge, "What do you use for your eyebrows?" As a fellow redheaded ghoulie, I feel like since we're talking about hair,
Yes.
I literally use orange eyeshadow, Ariana. I have a Morphe palette that has two different kind of brownish orange shades, and I take a really small chiseled brush and just fill them in.
Yep.
And that's
I
all she
have been
wrote.
asked a lot over the years about what I use for my eyebrows in my various different colors, and it's just
It's always
eyeshadow.
eyeshadow. It's the best. It's the best product
Put it
for
on
it.
with eyeshadow.
You can match any hair color.
It's true.
I saw this comment from Mesmerian that
I picked
has
all of them, man.
they're getting us through some film camera is one of ours that we have for a prompt, and it says, if you were to remake any existing horror movie, what would you pick and why?
Hmm.
Hmm. I I don't know if that's gonna it's hard because like so many of the ones I love, I wouldn't want to remake. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to remake Jennifer's Body because you can't make it any better than it
Yeah,
already
for sure.
was. Um I mean, I guess I know I've been talking about it nonstop, but 13 Ghosts,
13
maybe,
Ghosts.
but better. I'm so excited that hopefully they are doing a mini series of that because I would love to actually see the ghosts get their screen time.
Yes, agreed. Oh gosh. Now I'm trying to think because I agree. Like, I mean, obviously, if it's one that I was like super into, I like it as it is.
Right.
But I actually, I still have not seen the 2000s one, but I would love another House on Haunted Hill
I was gonna
remake,
ask if that
just
would be
because I
yours.
know that I still have to see that one, but I know that that one's, like, not really, like, the same, like, concept really, that there's, like, changes to it, and I
Yeah.
think that it's just a really cool setup, and, like, knowing how, like, kind of spooky and atmospheric it was, even with its time, I feel like we could, like, add some cool some of our modern spin and
You
make it
don't
even
think
better.
the
Make it
skeleton
especially good.
was
The skeleton puppet, which I love, but
honestly, yeah, it's so fun. So I've picked one more, and then Penny, here's my thought for us. I've picked the crystal ball that my namesake Bren Munster
Red
has
Monster.
has picked, because I know we have that one. And then I think since we're getting close to an hour, maybe after this, you and I should both pick one we would just like to answer.
Yes,
Okay.
agreed.
But the crystal ball prompt is dream guest to have on the podcast, alive or dead.
Oh,
I think, like, we might have a similar answer.
I mean, you gotta have Vincent Price.
That's what I was gonna say!
Gotta have Vincent Price. Oh my gosh.
Yes! Oh my god, how amazing would that
And you
be?
know he would be such a great, like,
So camp.
conversationalist,
Yeah.
so charming, and just so great to talk to. Oh my gosh. That would
Yes,
be
yeah,
so
that would
good.
be mine too. That would be mine
That would be
too.
so good. Yeah,
Uh,
Elvira would be amazing for a
oh,
live guest, but
yeah, but yeah, if we had to pick, like, one person that, like, you get one wish and they can
yes.
be alive or dead and you can have one person on the pod, it's gonna be Mr. Vincent, I think for
Agreed.
sure.
Agreed. Um, Let me skim. Actually, do you mind if I read a reader message?
Yeah, let's do a few things. I'll scan for
Oh,
one and
yeah,
then
scan for something and I will read, some other listener messages because we had a couple other friendly ones. We had one from Trailer Trash Gourmet, who said, "I couldn't possibly pick a favorite quote or memory from the show. Seriously, just one, but I do find myself uttering the phrase caked up like the Mothman statue at alarmingly regular intervals. As far as pod knowledge goes, oh, here he is. I never knew that Vincent Price was a cookbook author. When I tell you, I immediately pulled over mid commute and Googled more urgently than I ever have before. I appreciate both of you for always being so kind and gracious. When I reached out to you individually, I couldn't be happier for you two about these milestone. Congrats on 100. Thank you."
aw, thank
Um,
you.
and New Englander Jeffrey said early on, the first episode, when Penny said the phrase punkin' chunkin' and Midge's reaction, it was an immediate dedication to the pod for me. The amount of laughs you two have given since those two words is indescribable. You two are absolutely my favorite pair of ghoul friends.
That's so
And
sweet.
then Morgan Fong said, I always flaunt my Everest knowledge to my friends and family and tell them to listen to the pod.
That's awesome. I have selected number 61, guitar,
Mm.
because I think this is a fun prompt. Spooky band. What would be your group theme slash aesthetic? What instrument would you play? Type of music, band name, etc.
Ooh, are we each in our own band or are you and I in a band?
Mm, I think